Happy Monday morning to you. It's March 9th and day 4 of the TCCAA Conference Basketball Tournament. Co-ed day, but more importantly, Jay Harper, this is my granddaughter's 11th birthday. Happy birthday, Bo Ponce, Blakely Olivia, down in Beaufort, South Carolina.
Hey, Tim, we have got, as you say, a men's and women's day. The last couple of days have been strictly dedicated to either men's or women's. But this particular day, 4 men's teams, 4 women's teams. But when it's all said and done, we'll just have 2 men's teams and 2 women's teams. So we're getting down to the championship day, which is tomorrow.
VolState, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 4 seed, just like they drew it up when they made the brackets. These 2 teams have faced off twice, and VolState has handled the Tigers. 110-70, a 40-point win for VolState. That was at home. Chat State did not fare much better at their barn. 103-68. Our Toyota Gallatin starting lineups, first for the visitors in gray. Sorry, they're wearing their blues. Keep throwing me off with these grays as a home team. Xavier Zanders, one of the 5 starters, along with number 24, J.D. Palm, number 30, Landon Bryant, number 34, Nick Long, and number 35, John Manzili for head coach Jay Price in his 21st year, a recent inductee into the TCCAA Hall of Fame. He's assisted by Rory Spencer, Lawanza Crutcher. And for VolState, Jerry Nichols in his 3rd year, as Jason Deering is ready to throw it up. VolState gets the tap. 0, Taquez Butler, number 1, Damori Litch. 2 is Trey Rideau. Number 10 is Lamar Livingston. And number 15, Jaden Nesbitt. We are underway with game number 1. Nesbitt jump pass to Rideau, working on J.D. Palm. That's a mismatch. Cross court to Litch in the left corner for 3. Good. And VolState starts off with a 3 ball in the corner pocket.
Yes, the player of the year, Damori Litch, getting us going in the scoring.
Xander's going to need to call a timeout. They're not going to get it across. And a turnover as Xanders didn't even get it past the top of the key in the backcourt. VolState working the right side again. Rideau backs off. And inside, it goes again to Litch, and he is battling against 3 Tigers. Blocked shot, and Xanders gets control. Palm in the left corner. A reach in by Taquez Butler.
The last time we saw Taquez, Tim, he was on fire from the 3-point line. Just seemed to be able to sink those at will.
He's also a first-team all-conference selection, as is number 10, Jamar Livingston. Brian Carter, who is on the bench, is a second-team all-conference. Pretty nice to have a second-team all-conference sitting on your bench. Nick Long gets the loose ball and gets the drop for the first bucket for the Chattanooga State Tigers. Apparently they called Litch's a 2. Must have had a toe on the line. Nesbitt kick out to Rideau. Nesbitt working down on the left block. 8 on the shot clock. Butler went up, had his shot blocked. It'll go out of bounds, and with 5 on the shot clock, VolState will inbound underneath their own basket. Rideau got Butler, who's got a pretty open 3, and he drains it. That one is a 3. Our officials, Jason Deering, and he's assisted by John Garrett and Josh Pitto. In full court pressure by VolState as Landon Bryant will get it across. He's a local product from Antioch. Right corner to J.D. Palm. His 3's no good, but he's going to go to the free throw line for 3 shots. as Jaden Nesbitt, former VolState Pioneer, gets the foul. 6'9" sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama. Palm, almost a 78% free throw shooter. He's been there at the line 68 times. Drains the first. He scored a dozen points in yesterday's game against Motlow. An 86-72 win for Chat State. Goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Player of the year, Litch, had the ball on his hip, waiting for Taquez Butler to come greet the pass. An alley-oop to Litch in! Early here in the first half. Some fireworks by Walters State.
Tamori Lynch sneaking in the back door.
How does the player of the year sneak in anywhere?
I know. Yeah, turn that guy loose. Not smart.
Sanders, the right-handed three, and he's down on the deck as he was jawing with the Walters State bench. Tripped over a Senator. Rideau going to drive all the way in. Left hand off the glass and good. 6-foot freshman point guard from Clarksville Academy in Clarksville, Tennessee. Trap coming to Bryant. He's looking for a teammate. Finds pretty tall young man, J.D. Palm. Palm listed at 6'10", 205 from Atlanta, Georgia. And another personal foul in Walters State. Livingston, first team all-conference selection.
So we'll get a look now at Malachi Brooks coming in. Number 3, a sophomore, Union City, Tennessee, Union City High alum.
He's guarding Zanders. Palm will, that's almost a charge, or a offensive foul right there. Palm moving as he handed the ball off to Bryant. Now Nick Long, he's going to fire a three with Litch in his face, no good. Tapped out, and Brooks with the basketball. Sees Litch, stops right at the block, gives it up to Butler. Now over to Litch. Bounce pass to Nesbitt. Double team. Nesbitt gets into the lane, off the glass, and gets another. I call that a scud missile. It's a dud. It's not a scud, but somehow or another, and it hits the back of that iron and wedges with the glass, and then just gently drops into the cylinder. Litch is all over Nick Long.
And he gets called for the foul for it.
Long, a 6'7" sophomore from Chattanooga Christian High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Only 2 players listed on Chat State's roster that are from the hometown. Josiah Wiley and Nick Long. Brooks gets screened left side as Livingston being worked on. Pass out to Bryant. His stop and pop is short. Nice save by Long. And the shot is up. That's Agbana Agbo.
Yes, sir, it is.
Snuck into the game. He's got the ponytails going today. 11-8, Walters State leads.
Carter Webb in the game now for Coach Nichols and Walters State, number 5.
As is Tyrese Stovall. Banging is Livingston, not Livingston. That's Brian Carter. So Brian Carter, Malachi Brooks, Tyrese Stovall, Carter Webb, and Jamar Livingston.
Stovall with Freshman of the Year honors. In the awards presentation a couple of days ago.
He and Mikey Carpenter of Roane State shared that honor.
Brian Carter to the line.
Carter cashes in on both. 82+% free throw shooter. It's number 2 in the league. Double team. As Long will kick it over to Bryant. Carter going to go right to the hole, fake right, go left, and he's going to draw another foul.
I believe Nicholas Long is going to get the infraction.
I think Odell Bradley, the fourth,
really
has that. Again, these Navy uniforms with these really hard to read numbers. Odell Bradley, their top scorer.
Long was in the vicinity. I was thinking he could very well have been called for that.
So Odell Bradley, the fourth, and Agbana Agbo, Xavier Zanders, Landon Bryant, and I think that's still Nick Long over there.
Butler back in the game. He's replaced Livingston.
The 10-second violation again. That's the second of the day for Chattanooga State. Walter State smothering on the defense. It's not good when you're facing the team that is number 3 in the country in points on offense, and they're number 6 in the country, number 2 in the conference in defensive points allowed. Carter in the lane and a little short, but rebound to Stovall. Out to Butler for 3, and as he celebrates, Odell Bradley, the fourth, will meet the double team. Calmly kick it over to Bryant, who gets it across the timeline. 14 minutes as Walter State has a 9-point lead here in the first half. Long issue with hanging on to that pass. They're down in the shot clock. Agbo with the one-hander, no good. Stovall and Bradley fight, and it's out of bounds. I don't think possession ever actually changed, so I think there should be 20 seconds, not 29 on the shot clock. There, the change is made. Agbo will come out of the game. J.D. Palm checks back in. Bounce pass to Palm working on Carter, and he has it stripped. That's Butler going to go right at it, step through, and a catch as Bryant catches.
An absolute tackle by Landon Bryant.
I don't know that he was trying to do that. I think
it just was incidental contact. He just kind of landed in his lap.
Oh, they're going to call it an intentional foul.
Wow.
That's Bryant's first.
I mean, I think he was actually trying to almost help, just kind of hold him up, you know, as he landed in his lap. But
that's what I thought.
Is Butler now to the line.
Whitehaven High School in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to a young man who stayed with us, a baseball player. Played at Southwest Tennessee, Pedro Pulliam, who was from Whitehaven High School. Former Saluki, played on the Full Count Rhythm summer collegiate baseball team that I broadcast for. Getting married here in a month or two. 18-8, 10-point lead. Stovall hands off to Butler, who's crashed into by J.D. Palm. Stovall has the box out, the three by Butler, and another Selly. Odell Bradley working on Malachi Brooks. He was going to get it across the timeline to Nick Long. Bradley, I don't think has a shot. He's got one now, and he goes over the right hand and gets the bucket and the foul. Odell Bradley Jr. from, or I keep want to call him Junior. He's the fourth.
He's the fourth, correct.
He's
in a long line of Odells, apparently.
Yeah. From his hometown listed as Nashville, Tennessee, but he went to Beach High School, which is located in Hendersonville, right here in Sumner County, around the Goodlettsville, Hendersonville area. 6'3", 185 pounds, and he's their top scorer, 16 points a game, a first-team all-conference selection. Last year, he was a second-team all-conference selection. He can get hot, he can score, but smothering defense by Walter State, Jay, and I don't know too many people that are going to score a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're only allowing 65 points per game average, and scoring over 102, I believe.
Right
So
at
that,
it.
yeah, that kind of differential, man, that's hard to combat.
And Columbia State is one slot ahead of them in the national rankings. They're at, I think, 63.1 points per game, and Walter State at 63.8, so they're 5 and 6 in the country, 1 and 2 here in the conference. Walter State comes in with a 28-1 record. They only lost once in conference. That was to Motlow State at Motlow. Last year, the Senators were the number 3 seed in the conference tournament down in Southwest Tennessee. They defeated the home team but lost to Pellissippi State, last year's Cinderella. We're going to find out if Southwest Tennessee is going to be this year's continued Cinderella, as I see athletic director and head basketball coach Jarrett Stevens just step inside the gym as Odell Bradley cashes in the three-point play. Down by 10 is Walter State on offense. Malachi Brooks with, what is that now on him? That's Noah Holloway that's in the game. Brian Carter, a hesitation. A pump fake out to Brooks for 3. Good.
Malachi Brooks. He a 41% three-point shooter, and just showing his prowess there.
They shoot it the best in the conference, Walter State does, from beyond the arc. 41%. That's out of bounds. That'll be Walter State basketball. They're the #1 field goal percentage shooting team and the #1 three-point shooting team. Amazingly, they're 10th in the conference in rebounding. 35 a game. Maybe it's because they make so many shots. They don't need to rebound.
Yeah, they know that when they get possession, they're going to score.
And Nesbitt wide open in that lane for a brief moment, trying to get a shot off, but over to Jaquavius Wallace. A 3-ball in the left corner.
They do score them in bunches. They certainly have that ability, popping these threes.
Live stat shows him now 5 for 5 from three-point land.
Up already by double digits.
And the turnaround shot is good. Nick Long scores that one. Caden Young also in the game for Chattanooga. The bounce pass, even a bad pass, gets into the hands of the Senators. Nesbitt off the glass, can't get the roll, taps it out, and trying to track down his own tap, but gets into the hands of J.D. Palm. Odell Bradley had a screen for a 3, but did not use it. Nesbitt reaches in and fouls Nicholas Long. His mom might want us to call him that. Foul is the 6th team foul for Walter State. J.D. Palm exits. And is that Dwight Carter Jr.? Noah Holloway with the basketball. Bounce pass to Odell Bradley. Underneath to Holloway. Nice vision by Bradley. Small lineup out there for Chattanooga State. Jaquez Butler. A little give and go action with Damori Litch is back in the game. Litch says, I got this. Kicks out. Trey Rudeau off the glass, no good. Tyrese Stovall will stuff it on his second attempt. 14-point lead. Long's going to go right to the rim and draw the foul. Yesterday, Stovall wearing the turtleneck and long sleeve under the uniform. Today, he's going with a little more discreet look. Stovall from Cleveland, Tennessee, Bradley Central, 6'8" freshman.
I'm sure that's a player that Raphael Howard would have been happy to have had there in Cleveland at Cleveland State. I've seen Stovall a couple of times this year. He can certainly be a dynamic impact player. Has the height, has the speed, the quickness.
Long at the free throw line, 1 of 2. He's 12.3 points per game, second on the club. Free throw average 76%. They're going to need all the freebies they can get. Litch loses the handle, but apparently had some help. Holloway, Carter, Young, Bradley, and Long, the 5 in for Chat State. Stovall, Litch, Butler, Wallace, and Rideau, the 5 in for Walter State, as Litch tried to bully his way to the rim. His shot goes out. Wallace is going right down the middle and draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. Caden Young picks up the foul. Young, 6'3", 180-pound freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. South Gwinnett High School. First one for Wallace. Rims out from Decatur, Georgia, 6'5" sophomore. Number 3 free throw shooting team, Walter State, at just a tick below 70%.
Could not connect on either one there.
Wallace misses both. Bradley gets by Litch, but his shot no good. Rebound to Walter State. Quickly up court, Trey Rideau, Clarksville Academy in Clarksville. Wallace all alone. He chooses not to shoot it from the right corner. He's already hit one from the left corner as John Monzili and Tyree Stovall battling right in front of the official. Monzili's going to pick up the foul. 6'10" sophomore from the Congo. We've got a couple from the continent of Africa. Agbo is from Nigeria. Stovall finds Rideau in the left corner. His 3 is long. Tyree Stovall knocks the hand of Monzili, whose hand was the last one on the basketball. The official deems that it's Walter State basketball. 20 on the shot clock. Jamar Livingston, spin move and a step through, draws a foul. They've got 2 in the top 10 in free throw percentage. Livingston 82% and Carter just under 76. (31-16). Walter State is almost doubled up here as we're 1 minute into the what would be the second quarter.
And almost steal.
Almost an over and back, but Livingston with one fake and up and in over Bradley. Now they have doubled up, 17-point lead. As the full court pressure has been a problem. Bradley gets it over half court and then gets doubled. Carter to the rim, has his shot blocked, and Caden Young with the shot over on the left wing, and that gets through the cylinder. Second 3-point made shot as a timeout is called. Keep it right here.
Of course, this is co-ed day here on the VolState Sports Network. Walter State, Chat State, of course, what you're viewing at the moment. And after this one, it'll be another men's contest that will determine who will be in the championship game. Columbia State faces Southwest Tennessee. That again scheduled for a 2 p.m. start. Then Later on today, 4 o'clock, it's the counterparts to the Walters State Senators. It's the Lady Senators squaring off against the Bucks of Motlow State, the number 1 and the number 4 seeds, respectively. 4 o'clock. Then we'll cap off the day with Cleveland State at Columbia State. Well, not at Columbia State, but against Columbia State at 6 o'clock. That to determine those 2 games to determine who will face off in the championship tomorrow.
Happy to hear we don't have to travel to Motlow tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be better for you. But
yeah, I know all about that, but yeah. Nice campus, but still.
And knocked out of Brian Carter's hands. Could have been a foul right there. And Young's going to try the right side. Doesn't have the success he had over on the left side. Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the first half. Carter Webb, one of the top three-point shooters for Walters State. I don't think he's attempted a 3 yet. Trey Rudeau working with the Tyree Stovall screen. Carter now to Livingston.
Shot clock at 4.
At the buzzer, no good, but there's Stovall with at least his 2nd offensive rebound, and Carter Webb buries a 3 from Murfreesboro Siegel High School. 36-19 is the score on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard.
Carter Webb, the top 3-point shooter in the conference at almost 48%.
Bradley dribbles it out of bounds. Tried to be a little bit too quick. They're going to say.
Are they going to call a foul on Carter?
Not sure. We got subs. Apparently somebody did.
I know he's down there shaking his head with his palms up like, huh? What?
I thought Bradley just dribbled it right out of bounds. But my opinion doesn't matter.
And that's a travesty in and of itself, Tim.
1-1 as Bradley sinks the first. He's had 2 games this year where he scored 26 points. That's his season high. And this is the 2nd tapped out by, is that Adam Clark in the game now? Hard to read that number. Bradley gets the steal from behind. He's going to try to dunk it with that left hand, but this time it is Livingston that says no, not on my watch.
Yes, number 2, Adam Clark is in the game. 6'3" freshman. Went to Cambridge High.
Not far from Nashville. Bradley back at the free throw line. He'll get 2 this time, and normally a good free throw shooter, I believe. 71%.
Butler's back in, Tim, for Livingston. So Jamar from Johnson City gets to take a break.
Bradley focuses on that second one after missing the first. Drops it in. Malachi Brooks gets by Clark quickly and into the front court. He was looking for a lob, but instead he just saw an open lane on the left side and lays it in. That's just too easy. Carter, at the time, a one-man press. Now Young gets it up to Bradley. His jump stop, shot no good. Taquez over to Webb. He gets it back, and he's going to fire 3. That's going to be nothing but air. Odell Bradley says, I need to come out. He's raising his hands. Landon Bryant will come to the scorer's table, but not quickly enough. Bradley's been up and down that court quickly several times, so I'm sure he is winded. A battle going down on the right block. Nick Long being pushed by Damori Litch and loses the basketball. I think Brian Carter was pointing for an alley-oop. It did not materialize. Litch again, and that's the hook with that left elbow. He gets his own rebound. He misses two. In tight up court. And a foul on Carter by Carter. Dwight Carter Jr. was accosted by Carter Webb. Dwight Carter Jr. He's from Miami, Florida, went to Miami Northwestern, 6'2", 180-pound freshman.
And just a little under 68% from the line as he can't connect there.
Chattanooga State has struggled. They're the #1 free throw shooting team in the conference at 71.7, but that might have been their 5th miss. Waiting for the stats to update. Missed two.
And missing again. Yeah, uncharacteristically, certainly.
Well, when you get into the semifinals and you're playing against one of the top teams in the country, there is some pressure there. They're ranked 13th in the latest poll as Brian Carter gets it off the glass and in, 6'6" from Memphis Ridgeway High School. He's a scorer. Averages 12.6 points a game. A wild shot by Dwight Carter. Keep wanting to call him David Carter, but that's one of the officials. Not in this game. I think he's going to officiate championship game tomorrow. Josh Pitto explaining some rules there to Damori Litch.
Coach Jerry Nichols for the Senators pacing the sidelines over there and mumbling to himself, not happy with the foul call, or at least the commission of the foul.
I'll tell you who's probably mumbling pretty good is Jay Price, wondering why the Tigers are missing so many free throws. Long gets 1 of 2. Under 50% from the stripe. 13th free throw here in the first half. They've been to the line more than Walter State has been, and they've only hit 6 of them. Carter Webb gets it to Nesbitt, and he slams it home. Xavier Zanders in the corner asking for the ball early, but didn't get it quickly enough. Now Nick Long working on Nesbitt's going to go right to the rim. Lay it in. Nesbitt didn't want to commit another foul. He has 2 already. Damori Litch, Jamar Livingston, and Nesbitt, along with Carter Webb, have 2 fouls. And Carter, little gentle nudge there, knocks Bradley down. Long again going to go right to the rim. Can't get it to go. Tap, no good. Nesbitt with a rebound, but it's stolen away by Zanders. And a foul is going to be called. I believe that's going to be on Zanders. No, it's not. It's going to be on Nesbitt. That's his 3rd. Battling hard, and he's called for the foul. All right, let's see. Zanders, who uses both hands, he does shoot his free throws right-handed and drains it.
As Stovall re-enters the game, Nesbitt, after committing that foul, will bring Tyrese to the floor.
17-point lead, make it 16. Brian Carter, Malachi Brooks, Taquez Butler, Tyrese Stovall, and Carter Webb, the 5 in for. That looked like a travel, but they allowed the extra little bunny hop. Shot no good. Bradley out of there, and he's on the run. Gets to the left elbow. His shot is short. Battling as the ball goes out of bounds. Nick Long's played a lot of minutes, Jay.
Yeah, and he is quite the imposing figure on the court, listed at 6'7". They don't show his weight on the roster, but I'm guessing I wouldn't be shocked to him if he's a good 250. That's a big dude.
He's easy got 25 pounds on Stovall, but Stovall, great footwork on positioning, gets the block shot. Carter Webb up court to Carter, who tried to slam it home, but met at the rim by Nick Long, and Carter is down. Teammates over checking on him. Brad Swope, the athletic trainer here for the tournament. He's the VolState trainer. He's been at it a long time. He doesn't even get up out of his seat yet. He knows his services aren't needed until the coach says, "Sir, we need some assistance." He's now crossed his legs again, and he's in the relaxed pose. He's watched a lot of basketball. Brian Carter misses the first of two. Adbana Agbo will replace Long. 6'6", 225-pound redshirt sophomore from Nigeria. Hamilton Heights Christian Academy. I think that's in Chattanooga. That's a guess, because Chattanooga's in Hamilton County.
Yeah, that's,
see what I did there?
Yeah,
use a little investigative information there. We are in Sumner County. Xavier Zanders has the ball tapped out. Agbo with a shot fake, and the shot no good. Personal foul is going to be on Stovall. He's battled with Nick Long. Now he's battling with Agbo, who's going to go to the free throw line. Agbo is 68% free throw shooter. His only shot now 39 for the year. That one is good. Is now over 50% from the free throw line. Of course, if you weren't with us earlier in the tournament, we had a perfect day for Southwest Tennessee as Zanders gets the steal. His shot no good. Landon Bryant couldn't get the putback and still can't get one to go at 14 feet away. Stovall with the rebound as Butler comes out on the run. Malachi Brooks looks to Stovall with Agbo, who's going to try to take the charge, but that flop right there is not going to fool anybody.
Absolutely, yeah. He was just barely grazed, and down he went.
I think he was expecting a whole lot more aggression there by Stovall as Agbo set up camp in the lane. Didn't receive the basketball. Bradley now with 10 on the shot clock. Gets it inside to Caden Young. Kick out to Landon Bryant in the left corner. His three is good. 15-point lead with 1:40 to go. 1:40 in the first half. Not sure if we'll be able to get, probably will not do a halftime interview, as Jerry Nichols is not, he's too intense at halftime. He said he's not interested.
Jay Price pretty much the same way when he is down by this much. So not going to stick a microphone in a man's face when he's being defeated at the moment by double figures. But we will talk to the winning coach. They're always happy to speak with you after a victory, so we'll certainly endeavor to have that.
Zanders will take a seat on the bench. I believe that's Adam Clark. Check back in. Bradley Jr. underneath working with Carter on that left block. Shots made, 17-point lead for Walters State. Adam Clark, a quick, crisp pass to Agbo. His shot's no good. Malachi Brooks, left wing, he shot an air ball. Young gets into the lane, and his 13-footer is good on the run. Pretty shot. Under a minute to play, 47-32. Leading scorer is Taquez Butler for Walters State. Odell Bradley, Nick Long with 8 apiece for Chat State. Taking their time. Carter spin move in the lane a couple different ways and gets it up over Odell Bradley, the fourth. Now the shot clock is off. Walters State pretty close to half of their average, both ways, offensively and defensively. Caden Young will wait till the shot clock gets down to about 8, which it is now, or the game clock. Working on Butler, fancy dribbling, not going to get a shot, a decent shot off anyway, as Bradley misses from 35 feet away. So at halftime, Walters State leads by 17. We'll take a halftime break, be back with the second half and official stats. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
You are locked on to 5. Y'all, we got a great show for you today. We're going to talk with Georgia Bryant, a student in the music program right here at VolState. But before that, let's go on over to the Student Says segment and see what's going on there. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hi, I'm Rox, and this is the Student Says segment of 5. And today we're asking, what are you doing over spring break?
I'll be working at Kroger's all spring break, but hopefully I'll be able to go somewhere else instead of work.
This week over spring break, I'm going to be dog sitting, a lot of dogs, and hanging out with friends.
Over spring break, I'm going to be going on a mission trip. I think it's like 3 days. One of my friends invited me, so that's going to be fun.
Over my spring break, I'm probably just going to be working a whole lot.
Be spending time with my mom, and I'm very excited about it. I'm studying for an anatomy lab exam and working.
I'm going to Cancun with my family.
For spring break, I'm actually going to England. And I wasn't really in charge of planning everything. It was my family and my parents and my sibling. Because it's their like graduation trip.
Gonna hang out with friends and also study for my exams that I'm gonna have.
Hey girl, thanks for joining us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell me, you're in the music program here. What all do you do? What are you part of? What's going on?
So I'm a music AFA major, so I take a lot of like private lessons and do a lot of ensembles, and I also have a lot of music theory and ear training classes.
Okay.
That kind of makes up the majority of the major.
Okay, cool. So like, are you a singer? Do you play instruments? Like, what do you do as far as in the music?
I'm mostly a singer. I've been writing songs since I was like 5 or so. So I play like a little bit of piano to accompany myself, but my voice is my main instrument.
Yes. There you go. I was talking with Ben Graves, our professor here earlier, and he was telling me that you're part of the jazz ensemble. Like, tell me about that.
I am. This is my first semester doing it, but I've really been enjoying it. It's cool. It's a lot of like improvisation, which is a good challenge for me.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and we get new pieces all the time, and we have to learn them really quick.
I bet. It's like super fast.
Yeah.
So do you sing in that too?
I do, yeah.
Awesome. So like, how big is the ensemble? Like, how many people are a part of it?
This semester we have a pretty big one. I think it's 13 or 14 students.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes it's only like 8 or so.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like what instruments are a part of it? Like what makes up the whole group, I guess?
Well, it depends on the semester.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple vocalists, we've got a drummer, we've got a sax player, we've got 2 trumpet players, and then we've got a few guitarists, a clarinet player.
Okay.
And we've got a pianist too.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so like, how do you become a part of the ensemble? Like, how'd you hear about it?
I know about it because of the department I'm in, but I think non-music majors can be in it too.
Okay.
And you don't have to audition for it. You can just sign up.
Oh, perfect. So if any other students wanted to join, they could?
It's called the Commercial Music Ensemble.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, one last question. This is my surprise question for you. This is so random. If you could be a dipping sauce, what dipping sauce would you be?
Ooh, I'm actually not a big sauce person.
Not a big sauce person?
No.
Maybe a seasoning?
Ooh, tahini.
Tahini. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Georgia. That's all we got for you.
Thanks for having me.
Come visit the art gallery and check out the Retro 50 Expo by Alan Messer, where you can check out artists such as Willie Nelson, Alice Cooper, and last but not least, this guy.
Hey nursing students, did you know they sell scrubs in the back corner of the bookstore? They come in 2 colors, black and navy blue, and in sizes from extra small to 3X.
Need a snack? Come by the bookstore and grab a bite to eat.
And one last thing, spring break starts next week, which means there are no classes. Take some time to relax, recharge, and enjoy the break. We'll see everyone back on campus soon. Well, that's all we got for you for 5 segments in 5 minutes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm Jessica Meyer, and y'all have a great spring break.
I'm his son. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's make a record.
Y'all ready?
The Possum Hunters they were the first band to play the Grand Ole Opry 100 years ago this year. Not only is it the museum's 50th anniversary, but it's the 100th anniversary of the Opry, and the Possum Hunters were the very first band to play the Opry. Not only that, they opened the Opry every single Saturday night from 1925 to around 1938, 1940. They were absolute superstars.
I'd go back to my great-granddad, who was also with the Possum Hunters when his Uncle Monk played for him. My granddad was Martin Presley, George Martin Presley, and they called him Shorty. And if you ever saw a picture of him, he wasn't much bigger than the banjo that he played. But I remember as a little kid sitting around with him. You know, of course, he passed away when I was still young, but I still remember hanging out with him in the yard, and that's all he loved to do. He still, till his old age, till his dying days, that's all he wanted to do was play the banjo. As a matter of fact, that's his banjo back there behind me. We got to play that on this album. Luckily, I put a few things back on it because it was missing a head, and I had to make it playable again. But that's still the original, roughly 130-year-old banjo back there that he learned to play on.
My uncle, he tells a story that he was asked to join the Possum Hunters, but he turned them down and suggested that my uncle Monk, as he was known, his name is Noel, that he might want to play with them, and he did.
I'm on the board of directors of the Sumner County Museum, and we're having a night at the museum. And this band, this bluegrass band, local bluegrass band, who I'd seen before called the Lugnuts, were playing there that night as entertainment. When you go in the museum, if you look up on the wall, one of the first things you'll see is this massive picture of the Possum Hunters from, you know, the late 20s. The Lugnuts that night were playing underneath the photo of the Possum Hunters, playing a Possum Hunter set list. And I'm standing across the room at this point listening, tapping my toe, and it's February, I need a project for the spring semester, and the light bulb went off. It's like, I'm going to record that. I knew it was daunting because I wanted to do a whole album. I jumped right in. I went to the museum and gave them my idea. I said, I can record it in the studio. If everybody's on board, we'll make this record. Museum loved the idea. Then I went to Steve Beischer, head of the department here.
So Cole comes with the project, and he says, this would be a great thing to do. And I agreed. I said, this is something that would be great for the school, great for students, and it's a real world thing. I took it to the school and talked to the school about it, and Dr. Tostenson, the president, said it's a cool thing. You know, everybody's agreed that it's a really neat thing because it connects the historical part of it and the student working on projects part of it, and all the stuff that it connects together is, I think, a worthy goal to make it as good as it can be. The students did a good job on the recording. There's probably a lot of students who've never experienced one of those instruments live and in the flesh before. So those instruments were great to have them say, well, here it is. This is what it does. This is what it does. Here's where the sound comes. Here's how it's played. And they can take those techniques sometimes away or put them into a project that they're working on, or say, hey, what if I put a mandolin on my rap track? What's that going to be like? Hey, why not do it? You know, see what happens. I've spent a lot of my career with two phrases, what if and why not. It's like, what if we put a mic up here? Why not? Well, do it, see what it sounds like. If it's good, cool. If it's not, then you don't have to use it. So all of those things apply because as they're learning things, like all these pieces of gear here, until they actually come in and turn the knob, I can talk about what this knob might do all day, but until they actually turn it and go, oh, now I understand. The whole point of the program is to come out with portfolio material, because in the real world, especially on a hands-on or a creative thing like this, like engineering or producing or something, the first thing you'll be asked is, what do you do? And you can say, this is what I do. And since it is a real-world project, it's not a theoretical, I did this for a class. It's on the market, it's for sale, my name is on it, you know. Maybe it goes and wins Bluegrass Album of the Year, who knows? Then you have that accolade to your credit. So it's only good things can happen for students.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit VolState.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
Welcome back. We are about to get the second half started with our first game of 4 today on the VolState Sports Network. Volunteer State College is where we are, and Chattanooga State, they're having a little trouble with Walter State, Tim, which, quite frankly, was not totally unexpected against his #1 seed.
Well, everybody has had issues with Walter State all year. Motlow State, of course, had issues but did get the victory. Their lone defeat of the year, Walter State. This game, they lead 49-32 over the Tigers. And Walter State averaging 102 points a game, and giving up only 64. Normally, Chattanooga State will out-rebound their opponent. They are the leading rebounder in the conference.
In this first half, points in the paint and points off the bench, just glaring differences with Walter State well ahead in those two categories to the Tigers.
Columbia State won the tournament last year, but 2 years ago it was Walter State. Chattanooga State won it only one time, and that was in 2011 as the Tigers get the first bucket of the second half. Trey Rideau, Damori Litch, Jamar Livingston as Litch goes to the rim. Jaden Nesbitt's going to help up his teammate. Jamar Livingston, who went down. So Taquez Butler, the 5-in for Chattanooga. I'm sorry, for Walter State. J.D. Palm trying to hold Litch. Livingston tried to bounce pass to Nesbitt, loose ball, and several players on the hardwood. 6 on the shot clock. Litch is going to drive the baseline and have the ball knocked out of bounds by Zanders. Xavier Zanders, Landon Bryant, Odell Bradley, the 4th. Nick Long and J.D. Palm, the 5-in for Chattanooga State. Head coach Jay Price in his 21st year. A running three-point shot grazes the rim. Jaden Nesbitt with an offensive rebound. And the Senators back at it again, banging is Nesbitt and Long. Litch will kick out to Rideau, who's going to drive right into the lane, get a one-handed layup off the glass. Again, Rideau, smallest guy on the court. Odell Bradley, a Beach Buccaneer. I think the Bears, I think Antioch is the Bears, and that's where Landon Bryant is. Nick Long from Chattanooga Christian. Taquez Butler will give it up to Nesbitt. His 15-footer, no good. Zanders runs down the loose ball. Bryant's going to go right at Nesbitt, but gives it up to Long. Double team. Trey Rideau, I believe, is going to pick up that foul. Josh Pitto, veteran official, calls that personal. Jason Deering, our lead referee. That's John Garrett with the basketball. Our 3 officials for game 1 of 4. 2 men's, 2 women's games. This is semifinal Monday. Bryant gets the inbounds. Bradley was open underneath the basket. Long's going to drive on the smallest guy. A step around His shot's no good. Rideau offered up enough resistance there. Rideau from the right elbow. Tyree Stovall, who's now in the game, taps it out. Keep the possession alive, and a circus attempt there by Jamar Livingston, and he's on the floor again. Jay, I believe that was just an intention to draw a foul.
Well, he certainly hit the deck rather hard, and as you say, that's the second time. And the first time he had to be helped up by his teammate Nesbitt as he slowly makes his way to the line.
There's a lot of contact in this non-contact sport.
Livingston with 4 points in that first half. And half of those were on free throws.
Looking around the gym, I'm hearing another basketball hit the hardwood. Looks like whoever's over here, maybe Columbia State in the corner. J.D. Palm give it up to Bradley. Bradley's runner with the right hand. He's left-handed, but uses that right hand when he's dribbling right. Tap pass. Palm tracks down the pass that was knocked down by Landon Bryant. 15-point deficit for Chattanooga State. Long's going to fire from three, and it's short. J.D. Palm runs right into, that's
Butler.
That's Butler.
Butler led all scorers in the first half. He had 12 total points, and a bunch of those came on 3 3-point shots. So 9 points off the three-pointer as Butler got hot in that first half.
Surprise pass right there to Maury Litch as Butler loses the handle, but you're living right, you're living right. The loose ball goes right to Tyree Stovall,
right to
the
a
co-defensive player of the year, or
yeah,
co-freshman of the year.
Right
Sanders
place,
traveled.
Right place, right time. And doesn't it seem like the winning teams just have a knack for being that way?
That happens. Do you get lucky or do you make your own luck? Rideau bothered by Zanders. That's not Zanders, that's Adam Clark. You're hearing that basketball dribble too, right?
Yeah,
it's
and
pretty disconcerting.
They're not. It's not from anyone that I can see over in the vestibule. I don't know if it's coming from the other side of the wall there. Are there locker? I've not been on that side of the facility.
Just as there's a locker room right through there, there's a locker room right here.
Yeah.
So they could be tucked in there.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody's dribbling in the hallway or something there, but yeah, it's not, from what I can tell, happening in the vestibule. But yes, there are a number of Columbia State players that have congregated watching things here. And the same for Southwest across the way, but none of them with a basketball.
Stovall's shot blocked. A lot of contact right there as Agbo, that's Long again, and this is getting pretty aggressive. They're going to call that offensive, or foul on Tyree Stovall. He and Nick Long were just banging. That'll be Stovall's third.
Yeah, as Brian Carter comes in now for Stovall. Certainly no drop-off in talent when the reserves come in for Walters State. They just reload with another talented player.
Tough shot right there, gotten off by Long, but it's no good. 16 minutes to go here in the second half. Walters State had 49 at the half. They've only scored 6 points in the first 4 minutes of the second half. Rideau, another easy path to the basket. He just went right around all the Chat State defenders.
Yeah, and as the shortest guy on the floor. He can make his way through the tall trees with no trouble.
Sanders had a similar path right down Broadway, but he couldn't get the shot to go. Taquez Butler for three. It's in there for another three ball.
His fourth. $12 points off the three.
He averages just under 12 points a game. He has exceeded that average as Bryant's three attempt no good.
And Butler coming up with the rebound.
Brian Carter trying to push Bryant off of him. There's another loose ball that goes right to a Walters State player. Damori Litch gets the shot up, but can't get it to go, draws the foul. It's going to be Nick Long's third foul. Fifth team foul of the half already for Chat State. 2 fouls in the stanza for Walters State.
Litch listed at 6'7", and I tell you, Tim, when I spoke to him for a few minutes after the award ceremony, he's every bit of that 6'7". Let me tell you, he's a good-sized kid. I'm looking straight up, trying to look at him.
You have to go to the chiropractor after get your neck adjusted as wholesale changes here for Walters State. Jaden Nesbitt returns. Carter Webb, Jaquavius Wallace, and Malachi Brooks join Brian Carter with Noah Holloway in the game for Chattanooga State. Passes it to someone sitting on the front row right in front of the broadcast area.
I think he perhaps was expecting Caden Young to break back toward the ball, but that didn't happen.
Noah Holloway, Odell Bradley, the fourth, Landon Bryant, Caden Young, and Nick Long seemingly has not come out of the game. J.D. Palm and John Manzili's got the start, but haven't been in Manzili not since the early stages. And another basket by the Senators. Again, that full court pressure trapping defense bothering the Tigers. Bradley trying to work on Webb, and a drop step gets it off the right side again. Expecting, if you're defending Bradley, you're expecting him to go to the left, but he clearly can go to the right without any drop off. Timeout is called. It's a 30-second timeout. Walters now with a 23-point lead. Ladies will have the afternoon 2 games. Walters State Lady Senators will take on the Motlow State Bucks, the ladies team, at 4 o'clock. And our nightcap, the number 3 seed Columbia Lady Chargers against the Lady Cougars of Cleveland State. They're the number 7 seed, the only non-conformist in the women's bracket. They defeated Dyersburg State women by 5 points on yesterday. It was Ladies' Day yesterday, Men's Day on Saturday. This is game number 15 of 20.
Carter just bowls over Bryant.
3-point shot for number 3, Malachi Brooks. And the lead balloons to 6 as Caden Young sees a clear path to the rim and slams it home. An exciting 2 points. Brooks, high pass to Brian Carter. We got a lot of Carters. 3 ball no good as Nesbitt and Long battle. Nesbitt clapping because Long knocks it out of bounds.
We have first name Carters, last name Carters.
2 for Walters State, 1 for Chat State. I'd like to play a little game here called Name That Carter. That's Brian, and he gets in there with the left hand and a layup.
Brian Carter.
There's one that got away from Jarrett Stevens out of Memphis. Out of control dribbling, and may have been a case of dribbling a little bit too fast, but he got bailed out by the foul call. That's on Wallace, his first. Young behind the back dribble, trying to get loose from Wallace, and he's going to draw a second personal. It's now fourth team foul.
As Wallace gets flagged.
Jaquavius from Decatur, Georgia. Bradley has his dribble get loose, but Nesbitt apparently knocks it out of bounds on that shortened court over here. Had several step out in that spot. A turnaround right-handed shot when the left-handed shot would have been easier for Bradley. Carter trying to get it in, gets it over the defense. Okay, Clavius Wallace, and the bounce pass is nearly picked off by Noah Holloway. Holloway saw that one coming and charged 20 feet to tap that one away. Five seconds to get it across. They finally do. Quickly up to Carter Webb. Closeout. Malachi Brooks, and all day long to shoot that three, but it clanks off to the right. It'll be a foul on Chat State. It's Noah Holloway's.
Brooks, the number 5 three-point shooter in the conference. The Senators with 3 of the top 5 three-point shooters. Carter Webb leading the pack at 47.8%.
Nesbitt's not one of them. He hands it off to Wallace, 15 on the shot clock. A double team now at the top of the key and wide open underneath the basket, but missing is Wallace as he misses the putback as well. Odell Bradley, he's just bullying his way in. He's going to go to the free throw line. 24-point lead for Walter State, located in Morristown. The voice of the Walter State Senators and Lady Senators, Chuck Sebastian. I think getting the weekend off, and I don't think he maybe even has a midweek game. I believe the baseball and softball team are away. Talking to Athletic Director Derek Creech and Assistant Athletic Director Avery Swinson before the game. Told them, Jay, I said, when they go to a conference tournament, they just expect to win. Yeah, they did not. They said we hope to win.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they make long-term hotel reservations, though.
I did find out that the ladies' national championship is not back in Casper, Wyoming. It's in a place where McNeese State is located.
Ah, down in Louisiana.
It's in Lake Charles, Louisiana. But Hutchinson, Kansas is the host site again for the men's. And Walter State right now looks like they're on the fast track. Now they lead by 24. Dwight Carter Jr. with the shot in the corner, no good. Walter State taking the air out of it a little bit. Don't think at this point they care if they score 100 points. They just want to win the ball game. Move on to championship tomorrow at 2 o'clock. A shot by Taquez Butler. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Yes, perhaps the Senators maybe just trying to conserve a little energy here. But, you know, you can bet that if things start to get a little dicey, Coach Nichols will have them put the pedal to the metal. Walters, or if they do in fact win this game, they will face the winner of the Columbia State Southwest Tennessee match. Of course, that game coming up after this one, scheduled for 2 p.m. Central.
Carter had to get up on his tall shoes there to get that pass.
That was an athletic move to catch the pass.
Noah Holloway straight away. I think he had a toe on the line, so that's just a 2.
Yeah, he was across the line, but still a pretty shot. Another lefty. Here's Livingston now.
Long with the rebound. I don't know how many minutes he's played, but he has been out there regularly for Chat State. Sanders can shoot it, but he's looking first to pass. Long now working on Stovall. That's been a battle. Nick Long gets the roll there.
In the first half, Long was second on the team in minutes with about 14. Odell Bradley, the fourth, led the team in minutes with around 15 minutes.
Didn't
in the
even
first
start
half.
the game. Malachi Brooks for 3. Go!
And yes, that is a three-pointer as we go to a timeout.
Jerry Nichols wants a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 74-50, Walter State leads. You're watching and listening to the VolState Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
We are back. 9:27 to go in the contest here. Game 1 of 4 today. 2 women's games to follow this afternoon. Walter State and Chat State here in game 1. And then the number 2 seed, Columbia State Chargers, taking on the Salukis, the Cinderella story, the 11th seed, Southwest Tennessee. Chat State with the basketball. Odell Bradley with Litch right on his hip. Dwight Carter Jr. gives it up to Bradley, who sees a sign and starts on the left side, goes to the opposite side. A little shove in the back of Stovall as he's coming down the court. Now Jamar Livingston looking for a teammate, finds Butler in the corner. He's going to get into the lane, and a wraparound pass and a dipsy-do by Stovall. He faked right, came back to his left, and then shot it right, couldn't get it to fall. Foul being charged to Zanders. Memphis Cordova High School. Stovall at the line. 6'8" freshman from Cleveland clanks the first one. Stovall is 6 points in the game. That was his first free throw attempt and already into the lane, so he'll get another opportunity. Odell Bradley, violation. Stovall again, and another loose ball falls right into the hands of Walter State. Spin move by Litch off the glass and in. Pretty move by Demore.
By the player of the year, Demore Litch.
Sanders falls down, Harlem Globetrotter style, and Malachi Brooks Tried to walk over the top of him to get the basketball, but he's going to get charged with a foul, 6-team foul. Chat State's already over the limit, so Walters State will be at the free throw line for non-shooting fouls. Working the weave, top, get left corner. Xander's little push of Brooks. Landon Bryant bounce pass too long, and working on Stovall, and he misses a shot. Stovall ripping the rebound down and aggressively with that left elbow.
As Bryant gets that left elbow in the face.
And he's got the little finger thing of chirping, and Jerry Nichols telling him stop that right now. Jay Price to chat with two officials, Jason Deering, the lead referee, and Josh Pitto.
And you are right, Coach Nichols really reprimanding Stovall.
And banks one in. Stovall normally not that, but came into today's game shooting 134 free throws. Tops on the team by a bunch.
And
shooting
just
63, but
yeah, just off today. You know, it happens. He averages 10 points a game. He's at 7 currently.
Sanders, his shot is no good, and they push by Nick Long on Stovall. So look who's going back to the free throw line. That's not Long. That is Agbana Agbo. Didn't see the second ponytail over there.
Yeah, he's got that Punky Brewster look going. Of course, I wouldn't tell him that to his face, but
that's a little bit better stroke right there. Stovall's been banging and clanging with the big men of Chattanooga State, and they've got Nick Long, J.D. Palm, John Monzili, who hasn't seen a lot of minutes. And Stovall and Nesbitt, the two big men for Walters. Caden Young spots up, has 2 flyby, 1 come in, and another loose ball to Walters State. A couple of steps down and no dribble is Jamar Livingston, and he misses. Sanders a bounce pass to the official, saved by Bradley.
Oh, and it finally rolls out as Bryant reaches, stretches, trying to save it, but he could not as it rolled out of play.
Noah Holloway will check in for Xanders. Quickly, Walters State gets into their offense around the perimeter, driving but losing the handle as that ball's knocked out of bounds. Might have been 4 fouls in that sequence, but none called. Jamar Livingston just could not keep the handle on that ball. 3 Senators down in the small area. Again, the loose ball. And that's a tangled up.
Yeah, getting hooked up. Caden Young doing the do-si-do with the square dance move.
That is exactly the right call there. The do-si-do and the promenade down the hall. You probably don't come from a square dancing family like I do.
No, I will admit that that's not in our repertoire.
1 for 2 at the line for Jamar Livingston. Got a number of you watching on YouTube today. Appreciate you joining us on this Monday afternoon or morning, depending on where in the world you are watching from. Agbo again working on Stovall, and he gets the one-handed turnaround to go. Up court, steal by Butler. No, that is a hot potato. Nice pass by Livingston to Stovall, who's emphatic with his field goal.
You were asking what do they do if they break a backboard. Well, we almost came close to finding out there with Stovall hanging on the rim.
30-point lead now for Walters State, as I think Stovall's going to come out with 4 fouls. Jaden Nesbitt at the scorer's table.
As is Brian Carter.
Of course, we do want to thank the folks at the company that's called the scorer's table, as Agbo drains the first. That's a company that is performing the live stats for you. You can go to TCCAA.com. Follow along on those live stats. 1 spotter, 1 inputter. That's not an easy job right there. Jason's been helping us most of the tournament. Nesbitt fumbles the pass. Guess what? Goes right back to the passer, Brian Carter. Jamar Livingston with the basketball. Gives it up to Malachi Brooks. He goes ahead and takes a 3. Nesbitt with the offensive rebound and the putback. Lead back up to 30 as John Manzili comes to the scorer's table in front of the clock operators. John Thomas Lynn, assistant coach for VolState, handling the official book for a couple of games today. Odell Bradley gets loose, and the shot is blocked by Nesbitt. Taquez Butler for 3. Short. Noah Holloway.
That would have been his 5th if he connected.
Up court pass stolen. Malachi Brooks going to try from that right corner, and he's going to nail that one. Young man can shoot.
Yes, well, boy, he's not alone on this Walters State team. They've got some sharpshooters shooting almost 54% today from the field. And 50% from the free throw, the three-point line. 9 of 18.
They're actually a 56.5% field goal percentage shooting team normally. That foul called on Jamar Livingston, the 6'4" sophomore from Johnson City, Tennessee. Daniel Boone High School. Landon Bryant hits the first. Antioch, Tennessee, went to Laverne High School. I was thinking he went to Antioch High School, but went to Laverne, 6'4", 160 pound. Freshman, good looking player for Jay Price's club. Full court pressure. Carter's going to need to find somebody, and he dives right through 2 Tigers. Then readjusts his goggles. Carter Webb had a little bit too much time. Gets the shot off. But Walters State will hold the basketball with under 5 minutes to go. A 31-point lead as Nick Long and Adam Clark converge on Carter. And that's going to be Nick Long's 5th foul as he will exit the game. The sophomore has just finished his career now with Chattanooga State. First team all-conference, averaged 12.3 points a game. He led the club in rebounds with 6.3 rebounds a game. He leaves with 12 points.
I'm sure there will be a number of institutions that will be reaching out to him to continue his basketball career.
I would expect so. There are 4-year college coaches here in attendance. I'm sure there's several watching as Nesbitt nearly had an offensive rebound. John Manzili in the game now, as is J.D. Palm, dribbling and collecting the loose ball. Adam Clark steps up and drains the 16-footer. Clark, Palm, Bryant, Holloway, and Monzili, the 5 in for Chat State. We're going to get some new players in for Walter State. Carter gets the pass as he runs to the basket. Has to readjust his glasses again as he gets fouled.
Monzili gets flagged for that. He was thinking he had all ball, but not the case. As Carter, who's, well, he's kind of set up camp at the free throw line here in the last several minutes.
4 for 8 before that, now 5 for 9, trying to get 60%. Nesbitt will have a seat as Caden Baldwin and Jason Coffey check in for the first time here at the 4:04 mark to join Carter Webb, Brian Carter, and Jaquavius Wallace.
A couple of freshmen getting some tournament playing time.
Baldwin, it says he's from Chattanooga, but that he went to Bradley Central. That's actually Cleveland. Shot block. Getting his own rebound, or the loose ball, is Brian Carter. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Walter State basketball. Jason Coffey, 6'7" freshman from Pulaski, Tennessee, attended Giles County High School. Carter Webb being pressed by Landon Bryant. Now Carter, see if they get Coffey a shot. He's standing in the right corner. His shot's no good. Tapped out of there by Wallace, and they're going to try to get Baldwin a shot. Carter runs down the loose ball. And he's going to go back to the free throw line.
Certainly giving his share of practice there today.
Landon Bryant picks up his second personal foul.
You know, he's a 75% shooter on the year from there.
Jason rocking the hairstyle that's sticking straight up. I wonder if that's called the Pebbles.
Or the Dr. Seuss, maybe. Maybe he's from Whoville.
There you go. Is that Cindy who? Cindy Lou? 90-58. Walter State leads, 3:14 to go in the game, waiting to play Columbia State versus Southwest Tennessee, located down in Memphis. Bryant looking for a pick. Goes left instead of right. His shot is short. Now a spin move off the glass, no good. Fight for the ball, and Coffey comes out. Spin move, he's going to drive to the basket. Kick out to the corner for Carter Webb, who nails is that a 2? They might have called that a 3. Tapped away, Autumn Clark recovers. J.D. Palm nearly lost control. Noah Holloway, 3-point shot, no good. We're going to keep it here. Brian Carter is going to get whistled for the foul. Walter State, 7 championships in the last 25 years. Southwest Tennessee also with 7. It's been since 2021 for Southwest, as John Monzili is at the free throw line. He'll shoot 1 and 1 and cans the first. Only his 25th free throw of the year, 15th made, playing in his 24th game. 2 for 2. Agbana Agbo will check in for Big John Monzili, the 6'10" sophomore from Congo. That's in Africa. I believe there's 55 countries in the continent of Africa, as the clock was not started. Still 2:14 on the game clock and 30 on the shot clock. See if they change both. Waiting. Take 5 off the game and shot clock. Coffee inbounds, or trying to inbound. Fires it to Jaquavius Wallace. Gets it across the timeline. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. Jaquavius Wallace, a little strong on that three. 33-point lead for the Senators. Adam Clark now out to Dwight Carter Jr. That's Odell Bradley, not Adam Clark. Back in the game. He steps to the left wing, goes off the glass. It's no good. Bradley, the leading scorer for Chat State at 16. That's right at his average. Taquez Butler, Malachi Brooks with 16. Brian Carter with 15. Tyree Stovall has 11 points. And an offensive foul by Walter State will turn the ball over to the Tigers. Walter State will move to 29-1, the 13th best team according to the rankings in the country. They're looking to get to Hutchinson, Kansas. Tapped out to Carter Webb. Odell Bradley, I think he was just waiting to get a foul there. Tried to knock it out of his hands from behind, but that'll send Carter Webb to the free throw line. Under a minute to go. Chattanooga State season will end at a 17-11 mark. Last year lost the first game of the tournament to Roan State, as the Chat State was the 4th seed a year ago. Got the win against Motlow State on Saturday, but that's their prize for winning that game is to play Walters. So they will go 0-3 against the Senators. Cleveland State has won 1 championship. That was back in 2019. Motlow State has 3. That was in the teens years, 2013, 17, and 18. Columbia State won last year, and in the COVID year 2020, also won 2015 and 2012, but Southwest Tennessee and Walter State each with 7 as J.D. Palm just smacked Caden Baldwin. Not sure what was going on there. Let's see if I can see that on the replay. First shot by Baldwin. So we're gonna, it's not a shot. Trying to look at the replay here to see. Baldwin's gonna shoot without anybody. Palm's got his arms around both players, and then he just takes a swat at Baldwin for some reason. Assistant coach Lawanza Crutcher is gonna walk Palm off the court, as he has apparently been ejected from this game. It's his 3rd foul, but he is exiting the gym, and not too kind of a fashion. Baldwin ends. Free throw, no good. You could kind of see that something was going to boil over. Baldwin misses 2 shots. Walter State basketball. They'll go the length of the court. 50.3 seconds to go. 95-62. Agbana Agbo in the game, along with Odell Bradley the 4th, Noah Holloway, Xavier Zanders, and Dwight Carter Jr. See if we can finish this game with no additional fracases. Multiple fracas. A easy bucket right there for Jaquavius Wallace. And Carter's going to try to slam it home, and he does. And mean mugs Brian Carter. Something you probably don't need to do when you're down by 30, and apparently we are not going to get through the game without additional hostility. You could see Carter making his mind up about 25 feet away that he was going to go right to the basket, and whatever happens, happens. But Carter meets him at the rim. I think they called the foul on Carter, and now some conversation. So I'm looking at the replay. Maybe, I think that was Caden Baldwin who took the aggression from J.D. Palm. Doesn't look like any technical was fouled or technical call made there afterwards. But Carter Jr. from Miami, Florida, misses the three-point play attempt. 95-64. Of course, Jay Harper is down on the court and will effort to speak with Jerry Nichols, who tells Carter just to dribble right there. You can practice your behind-the-back dribbling. That's fine, as the game clock and shot clock are off by about 3 seconds. They'll just take the turnover, hand the ball off to Chattanooga. Chattanooga will get the basketball, as they're going to end up scoring 32 in the first half. Holloway's not even going to try. The clock goes off. 46 points in the second half for Walters State, as they will just head to their locker room, and Chattanooga State will do the same. Jay Harper is with Coach Nichols. Go ahead, Jay.
Coach, tournament time, hey, what can you say? Emotions run high, right?
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. Our guys got to do a better job of controlling emotion as well. It's a tournament. It's win or go home. So, obviously emotions run high because everybody's trying to win.
Understood. Your guys off the bench are just amazing. Tell me, how do you decide who your starting five is?
Well, we just got a good team. At the end of the day, we try to recruit guys that understand the culture at Walters State. And, the culture is we don't care who gets the credit. We just care about wins.
Well, you've got a chance to capture the title. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Excited about playing in the championship game tomorrow.
All right, congratulations, Coach, and thank you. We'll send it now back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jay. Walters State with a big victory here over Chat State, a big rival, and they will await the winner of our second game of the day, Columbia State versus Southwest Tennessee. We'll bring it to you right here on the VolState Sports Network.